Hello and welcome. This is James Blanchard Cisneros at your service. Today I'll be reading the March 28th Daily Inspirational Message, the condensed version. It's 2 paragraphs long. Then I'll center myself, say a little prayer, and then make a couple comments in the message, and I trust that it will assist both of us on our journeys. Okay, here we go. The title: Our bad habits are not a real part of us. Paragraph 1. We are the love that God is. Bad habits do not exist within God, who is love. For everything within love is loving in nature. Yet, to fully understand and help in the healing of this world, most of us have chosen to temporarily fall asleep to who in truth we are. When asleep, we dream that we are something other than love. In this state, we unconsciously allow ourselves to be programmed to believe that the characters we are playing within the dream are real. No matter how real the characters within the dream may appear to be, they are still just figments of our imagination. How many times within a dream would we have sworn to the dream's reality and of the reality of the characters within the dream? That belief, no matter how strong it was, is not real. Similarly, we are loving in nature, no matter how different from the energy of love we think we are. Paragraph 2. Today, let us understand that our bad habits, or any expression that seems to place itself in opposition to our loving nature, shows us when we are buying into the ego's dream as real. Let us no longer punish ourselves for being asleep. Instead, let us use such instances to trigger in us the need to awaken. We awaken when we consciously value and choose love over fear, forgiveness over judgment, positivity over negativity, compassion over condemnation, and peace and trust in the divine over stressing out and being anxious. The more we practice such choices, the more we will notice how natural, good, right, and right they feel. The more we make choices that are aligned with the loving truth in us, the quicker we drop our bad habits and false concepts, and the sooner we awaken from the dream. All right. Our bad habits, in quotes, are not a real part of us. Okay, like we said in the message, think about all those times you've been in dreaming, and how real they seem to appear while you were dreaming it. It seemed amazingly real, right? You thought it was an actual situation. But then when you awoke, you saw how unreal the whole thing was in the first place. And that's basically what we find when we're out of alignment with our loving nature. Because love is our reality, is who we truly are, is who God created us to be. Everything apart from that, anything that's unloving in nature, any sense of judgment, criticism, being hurtful, resentful, fearful, anxious, hateful, all that stuff, those are just characters within the ego's dream that we have been programmed over time to believe are real. And so we saw judgment and anxiousness and worry over and over again, and we reinforce that as true. And so even the false becomes true. Even a tale of fiction becomes nonfiction if we repeat it over and over again. But when we awaken, we realize, no, this was never real. Only the love in us is real. And so when we find ourselves stuck in those bad habits, or in that programming, or in that state of asleep, being asleep, anytime we're using any of the ego's tools, emotions, let us not punish ourselves for that. Today, let us simply recognize when we're out of alignment with our loving nature, with our loving essence and nature. And when we are, let us simply correct our path. Okay, I'm being judgmental or resentful right now. Okay, you know what? That means I'm in the asleep state. I'm asleep to who I truly am. Okay, so let me not use those energies to punish myself. Instead, let me use them to trigger in me the desire to awaken from the dream. And so when we use the ego's tools as triggers to help us awaken from the dream, they become useful in that sense. So that's how God uses even the bad for good. Even our judgments, our criticisms, our hurt, our pain, our resentment, our fear, our anxiousness, our worry, all that exists within the dream state, if we learn to use that, not to punish ourselves or others, but instead to trigger in us the desire to come back to center, to come back to the light, to come back to love, to come back and awaken, to awaken from our sleep. If we use those situations and energies to awaken, then they're actually helpful. And if they're helpful, then they're useful, and we should be grateful to those situations and the individuals who are participating in us experiencing those situations. Because all they're in reality doing is helping us let go of those bad habits. See that we don't really need them. And instead, use them as triggers. Those bad habits, use them as triggers to align with your loving nature and awaken to who you truly are, and then only offer who you truly are to this world, the love that you truly are to this world. And so that's when you go from judgment to forgiveness, from condemnation to compassion, from anger to peace. And so now we don't have to judge the experience, the fairy tale. We simply see that this is not who we are, and this is not what we want. We have experienced that enough times to be able to acknowledge that. And now we use them not to hurt or punish ourselves or others, instead simply to awaken. These bad habits now become triggers to awaken. And the more we use them to awaken, the quicker we awaken when we are in those states of mind, and the less time we spend in the a sleep state. And then the more time we spend here, in the state of awakening, in the state of love, in the state of light, being who God created us to be, feeling fulfilled because we're doing what God created us to be. And so today we practice using those bad habits, that programming, but we use it not for bad, not to condemn ourselves or others. We use it to help us awaken. And so those bad habits now become useful tools for us. And because they're now useful tools, we thank everybody involved. We don't have to judge and condemn them anymore. Now we simply say, oh, thank you. Thank you for helping me practice seeing this is not what I want. I don't want to remain asleep. I want to awaken. And I want to awaken, and I want to shine the light that God created me to be. So thank you, bad habits, but goodbye. All right. Thank you very much for your time. I love you very much. If you can be so kind as to like, comment, or share this video, it might help with the listening process, and it might help somebody begin to let go of those bad habits that they in truth are not, and to awaken that they can use even that for good. Like God uses even the bad, in quotes, for good, we can use even our bad habits to awaken and to shine. Again, thank you if you've been here this long. I love you very much, and God willing, we'll see each other tomorrow. Peace.